All right, good day, hi, and welcome. So, you see I took some of the nasty leaves off that boat. So I just swept the deck. Yesterday, I actually wiped the side of the boat down. Took a lot of grime off, still got more to come off, but again, keep working at it, get the heavy grime off so as we get into the rain, it'll clean the boat more. But as we see, our 5.4 leaf, I can't look at it. The hood finally stayed up by itself. I shouldn't speak too loud, it might hear me and then fall. But just to show you, okay, I was going to put the battery in it. I was even going to attempt to try to get in it. I had to smash my way here and put the battery in and give it a quick start up just to let it run. But I mean, I got to shovel out the door. That's like impossible. I could probably get into that one today, but man, that melted a lot last night. You see Freddy over there, aka the big red road beast. Yeah, I want to start that one up probably, well, it's supposed to rain tonight, tomorrow, probably a little bit next week, which will get rid of a lot of snow, but I want to get that one started, get the spring jitters out of it, and because I gotta have to either start working on that one next, because that one's priority to get back on the road, or depending on how it goes, this one can get back on the road. So they both kind of need the same stuff, but this might need a little bit more just because it's been sitting. But this one has the better body, and I would like to drive this truck as it is right now, just kind of, you know, as a tribute to my uncle, and drive it the last way he drove it before this thing gets the makeover a lifetime. And guys, these are good looking trucks. They were good looking trucks news just the way they were. But when I'm done with this thing, it is going to be beautiful. Now, it's not going to look like a Trans Am, but I want you to think Trans Am colors. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to talk to some, like, really, not just paint guys, but like guys that have like done really nice paint jobs. And simplicity has always been my philosophy of life. Keep it simple, stupid. So it's going to stay black. I've already got the windows tinted to where I want. The back is fine, that's fine, the sides are fine. This is the windshield. I don't really like a tinted windshield. I don't like driving a tinted windshield, just visibility thing. It's slightly tinted, so when I replace this windshield, which I'm going to have to do because it is cracked, you can sort of see it. I don't know if it's enough to get pulled over, but you know, any sort of crack in your windshield's a cop magnet if you ask me. But think black with gold pinstriping. I thought I could do like a three-tone really fine pinstriping. This thing's going to be completely debadged, although I do like the badge on it. But I'm going to take them off, see how it looks, and then what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I'm going to go on this line right here, but starting here, like a really thin pin, gold, maybe, I thought gold and silver, really thin, like thinner than that, than the antenna. But it's going to go back like this, okay? And it's going to go, and then maybe some here, something like down here, okay? Follow where I'm going to have the problem. You see how all these indentations and stuff, just to follow the line to see if it can go. Then up, follow the wheel well. Okay, and then down, and somewhere around here it'll come into like a buckhorn, right? And it might be really small, maybe here, but I want it to be not just one line, but it's a tricky line because it's one of those things that's either going to look extremely great, right? Or it will just look like somebody scribbled on it with a key, because you got to follow all those contours. So it's a tricky one so that you have the right flow, and that'll be good. And then on the hood, either it's going to stay black, or I'm going to have either small or coming around the edge here, buckhorns. Again, I want it to be as subtle as possible. Maybe some of the highlights like this will go gold, like think of that Trans Am gold, and the rims, and maybe something like this might go gold. I don't know. The grill could go like that gold, just to get a little bit of highlights, a little bit of definition, or just all black. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. The nice thing is whenever I do get to that stage, before I paint it, I can scribble on this truck a bunch of times with anything, just to work the concept, and then I'll have it bead blasted, stripped out. Like, I mean, the entire truck's going to be disassembled. It's going to be like a 5-year project, guys. So, but at first, like, how much is going to go into this truck? Well, right now, as a guy with no money, this is another reason why it's going to take 5 years. I'm probably going to have about anywhere from 12 to 15,000, maybe even $20,000 into this truck by the time I'm done. So how long does that take? Well, the initial is going to be probably done in the next 5 years, but it'll probably take me 10 years to get to that 20 grand. And that's just basically putting wish list stuff. I want a big hole right there for a nice big blower coming out the hood. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, like basically think Mad Max. That's kind of what, like, this truck is never going to be a work truck. It's going to be a partial show truck and a tribute truck mostly, but it will be a daily driver. So it's not going to, the engine's never, I don't think I'm going to hop up the engine. Maybe the engine might, if it ever needs a rebuild, yeah, okay, but we'll see where I get at. But the first things I got to start doing, as you can imagine, is start taking stuff apart. But I'm not going to do that until I can work on it a little bit easier than this. Although it's nice, I can reach in. It's just, yeah, it's the snow stuff. Yeah, so first things to do, start it, let it run for a little bit, get all the plastics out of the way. Clean those up. I will put a cold air intake on this at some point, but for the first year, just get it running the way it is. The main things it needs to go down the road is brakes all around. Probably needs a tie rod or two. Definitely going to probably need an alignment, and it definitely needs an exhaust. After that, it's all engine stuff. Now, what I don't know is how the transmission is doing, because with the engine running rough, the transmission isn't engaging properly to know if I got problems there too. So I got to figure all that stuff out first before I stick anything into it, because like there's going to be several levels of tear down for this truck. There's going to be kind of like just work on it what you can reach and just pull anything out of the way that's in the way and put it back when you're done, and then complete right down to the frame is what I want to do. So like that's why, like I say, the first season, if I can get this thing on the road this season just to drive it the way it is, that's great. And then if I can get for next winter, I need to have some sort of a garage or something. I don't know where I'm going to put it, maybe over there. Just something that I can work on it all winter and take it apart, take my time with it. I need a garage. Can't use that garage. It's full of junk and it's not mine, so can't use it. But I need my own spot. Not there. There's no way to get in there. But something about that size would almost be about perfect. It's just I mean, I could pull off one end, but to get this in there. But there's a wall in between. The building would probably fall apart if I modified it. And again, it's just more work. Another project to get to a project to get to my project to get, you know, I don't want to get into that either, building like a gazillion things when I don't have time to do that. So if I have to plug away at it slow, I will. But the first thing is get it running again, let it run for a little bit. Then I'm going to pull the plugs out, put the new plugs in, all the new coils. I'll put those. I already got one in there right now. Because my uncle and my dad figured that was the bad coil there, but they weren't 100% sure. My voltmeter told me that it wasn't the coil pack, but again, you have to test everything. And when this truck has been sitting so long, you know, for a year and a half since it's, you know, been driving, you know, you got all that clutter in there too. So I want to clean the injectors, clean all the like the vacuum tubes. It's all tucked in way back there, so you can't see the stuff, but behind the throttle bodies, I want to check those for leaks. I mean, I don't have a compression gauge, but that's a tool I definitely need. I mean, maybe I have a blown cylinder, I don't know. But I think most of my problems are going to be within the throttle body being dirty and the air intake sensor. Well, you can't see it, but it's under the plastic there. It's in there. It's in there. Should be in there. Okay. I hope I have a boot when I pull my foot out of there. It's like right there. You can see the cable going in. So that there, I'm going to take that apart, clean it, and then I'm going to get to all the coil packs now. Glenn said he did something funky to the truck the last time he worked on it, one of the mechanics. He says, you're going to see something funky around one of the coil packs. It's just kind of hanging there. And I forget what he said he did to it, but I guess I'll find all that anyway. So, we're getting closer, guys. The project is getting closer to starting. Very excited. I wish I had a nice place to work on it. Why is that? Well, you know, I like working outside and being out in nature and all. But I'm up to my nuts in snow here. It's snow's revenge. Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff to go there. Yeah, now mind you, this is the off-road package. So there's a big-ass steel shank on the bottom of this vehicle that is going to make it working on the bottom of this vehicle almost impossible. And I got to take it off so I can get to the oil pan. Because again, I'm going to do a lot of work to this vehicle. It is going to be stripped down, partial stripped down, as is right now. Testing everything, right? Like, for the most part, it runs. It's just, it doesn't idle properly. And usually the main reason why it doesn't idle like that, well, I'll continue that in the next video.